Hi Allison, it's Robert Lunte, Vocalist Studio. I'm enjoying our little discussion about how to manage and work with your student. And I'm getting tired of typing, so I'm going to do this video. It's a little more interesting, possibly. It communicates a little better. I can't help but recall a life lesson that I learned. I mean, I experienced this exact situation. It would have been about 35 years ago in the studio of the late maestro David Kyle. Right? He was a famous voice coach from Seattle, Washington, and I was fortunate enough to be his student. And I will never forget this. And it reminds me of what you're dealing with. I was about 15 years old, about 15. And I was standing by his piano, training, working on the vocalese, getting after it. And by the way, I was a good student. I was very dedicated. I was totally into it. And, it's been many years, but I remember I was by his piano training. He was accompanying me. And I think I got frustrated about something, maybe the passaggio broke or whatever. I got frustrated about something. And I'm 15 years old. And I turned around and walked in the opposite direction, which means I turned my back to him because I was frustrated. Just sort of him and Han cussing a little bit, turned my back and started walking in the opposite direction. Took about 6 steps opposite direction. And I heard something I still hear today that I will never forget. Maestro Kyle said, "Don't you turn your back on me. Don't you turn your back on me. You turn around and you get up to this piano and you do this again. And you train." And boy, did I tuck tail and hit that piano and get after it. And I will never forget that. The lesson was that you have to respect the teacher, you have to respect the studio, and you have to respect the art form, and you have to respect just the virtues of work ethic and committing to it and not giving up. He wasn't really angry at me. He was teaching me a lesson to stick with it and have respect and patience. And I really love that lesson. And that's exactly what your student is doing when she sits down. If my student sat down, I would, in a very polite way, I would do the same thing. I'd be like, "Don't sit down in my studio." Or, "Why are you sitting down?" "Well, I don't like it." "Well, I'm not, having fun," or I don't understand, or it's too hard, or whatever. It doesn't matter what the excuse is. It's no, on your feet, approach the piano, and let's do it again. That's what a great teacher does, okay? So teach your students discipline and respect for you, your studio, the art form, and the work that they're doing. That's my take on it, and I hope you will take it to heart. Thank you.